The heiress of a powerful family wanted me so badly she actually had me knocked out and dragged back to her place, and took my first time without even asking when I finally came to. She was watching me with that amused look on her face. Pretty boy, marry me. Luxury cars, mansions, pick whatever you want, and I'll put 6 figures in your pocket every month. But you're done seeing that girl the moment Jang Ruok-sue heard that. Instead of bolting, I pulled her right into my arms and kissed her. Yes, I'll marry you. Because in my last life I had chased after the prettiest fake on campus, and Jang Ruok-sue turned down this obsessive heiress over and over again for her. That girl ended up draining everything I had, and cheated on me with half the school now that I had a second shot at life. I swore I wouldn't waste it. I was latching onto this rich woman and never letting go. The moment those 3 words I do left my mouth, Su Chengqian looked genuinely shocked. Then her voice went sharp. So you're saying you'd actually walk away from Jang Ruok-sue for me? I nodded without a second of hesitation, but Su Chengqian kept pressing. Eyes full of suspicion give me one reason. I didn't feel like wasting words, so I just shut her up with a kiss. I only meant it to be a quick peck, but she grabbed the back of my neck and completely took over. Turned the whole thing around and came at me full force an hour later. I sat there completely floored. What was that bright red stain on the sheets? Honestly, in my last life I always assumed Su Chengqian had been around the block easily. 100 guys, maybe 80 at minimum. But right now her face was flushed red and she whispered close to my ear with a wary edge. You spent years chasing Jang Ruok-sue, and now you claim you're just letting her go. You really think I'm going to buy that? The moment I heard that, my stomach dropped. But I kept my face completely neutral. I think you're the better deal by far, and honestly way more my type. Jang Ruok-sue doesn't even come close. Su Chengqian's voice went ice cold the instant those words were out. So you're just here for my money. The money is part of it, sure, but more importantly, I've genuinely started to like you. She pushed further, but what about love? Su Chengqian didn't mind me being attracted to her, but what she really wanted was my heart. If I told you right now that I'm already falling for you, would you believe me? No, Su Chengqian shook her head. Answered without even blinking. I was speechless. Didn't expect her to shut me down that cleanly. Was I being too desperate? But come on, she's a 9th degree black belt. I wasn't exactly in a position to push back. Watching me crumble like that, Su Chengqian shifted her tone. Love doesn't matter as long as you behave. You are done getting tangled up with other women, especially Jang Ruok-sue, and with that she grabbed my chin. I don't care, you come home every single night, and when you get back, you tell me exactly who you saw and what you did, every detail, got it. I gave a quiet nod, it stung a little. But honestly, these terms weren't impossible to live with. Su Chengqian saw that I was cooperating, and cracked a satisfied smile, ruffling my hair, her voice softening, instantly hungry. Kind of, yeah, I muttered under my breath, and she laughed, asking what I was in the mood to eat. I scratched my head and gave a sheepish grin. Su Chengqian grinned right back with that mischievous look. Smart. Gotta fuel up to keep working, right? Meanwhile, back in the girls' dorm at Icon University, Jang Ruok-sue had just finished lunch and was tossing and turning on her bed. She picked up her phone and looked at the last message I had sent. Jang Ruok-sue stared hard at the screen, brows knotted. What is his deal? Fine, he didn't swipe his card for my lunch today, whatever. But how is he not even texting me? Wasn't he supposed to love me forever? And hand over every dollar he made for me, to spend 4 years of chasing me, and he's already losing patience. Guys really are all the same. Jang Ruok-sue got more worked up, the more she thought about it. Ever since she started college, she had never paid for a single meal in the cafeteria. I had always come running to swipe my card for her, and today, he made her pay with her own money. Wasn't loving someone supposed to mean spending on them constantly and spoiling them without limits, making them feel adored every single moment? Guys always talk such a big game, but none of them actually follow through. Thinking about it, she almost rage-blocked me right then and there, but her finger barely touched the screen before she stopped. No, can't delete him. What if he actually gave up hope? Then who's going to keep picking up her tabs? Jang Ruok-sue stewed with growing irritation. Fine, I'll give you 3 days if you haven't come crawling back to me by then. I'll ghost you for 10 straight days and see how you like that. Her best friend Li Bingbing also sent me a message. Hey, where are you? Ruok-sue has been waiting for you all day. Meanwhile, I had just come out the other side of an incredibly intense afternoon. Su Chengqian lay beside me, cheek still flushed, but her eyes said she wasn't nearly done. And of course, that was exactly when my phone buzzed. Su Chengqian licked her lips. Someone texted you, babe, want me to unlock it for you? I could help, I shook my head fast. No thanks. Su Chengqian's mouth curved into that dangerous little smile. You're mine now, so what are you planning to do? About that little girlfriend of yours, I'm very curious. I had to hand it to her, she had already won. And she was still running a test on me, truly unhinged, and I loved it. Noticing I had zoned out, Su Chengqian leaned against me, tracing lazy circles on my chest. What are you thinking about? Nothing really, just kinda curious. What made someone like you notice a guy like me? Su Chengqian just laughed softly. As long as you stay by my side, you can spend 100 grand a month without asking. And if that's not enough, just ask for more, but if you ever use my money on another woman, don't say I didn't warn you. She leaned in again as she said it. My whole body tensed up. Oh no, not again. The next morning, I dragged my exhausted eyes open to a ringing phone. I picked it up and the caller ID said owner. The familiar voice came through. I bought you new clothes. Designer pieces all hanging in the closet for you, plus limited edition sneakers and accessories. Mix and match however you like. Then she said in a tone that left no room for argument. Look presentable before you head to class, don't embarrass me. And make sure you eat. She hung up before I could say a word. This whole being sponsored by a powerful woman thing was genuinely incredible. No wonder girls go crazy for those romance novels. A woman who adores you spoils you rotten, and sits on a billion-dollar empire. Sure, she's a little unhinged, but what guy could actually say no to that? I shook my head smiling and hopped in the shower. Put on the designer gear, laced up the limited edition kicks, and stepped in front of the mirror, every trace of broke energy instantly gone. I looked like a whole different person. I let a satisfied smirk cross my face, radiating that money-backed confidence from head to toe the second I opened the door. Su Chengqian's bodyguard Feng Yu was standing right there. Mr. Mu, the CEO, has arranged a special breakfast for you. With Feng Yu watching, I demolished that entire meal in minutes flat. I felt like I could power through 300 rounds. That's when Feng Yu finally spoke up. Mr. Mu, what kind of car do you like to drive? I grinned and shot back, what do you have? Feng Yu led the way immediately. and a moment later we arrived at an enormous garage. The sight nearly made my jaw hit the floor as far as I could see. Every multi-million-dollar supercar I'd ever seen online was sitting right there, and everything under that price point was too many to count. I walked straight toward the blue one, and couldn't help asking Feng bro, I heard this one goes for at least 50 million in the country. Is that true pretty much? 58 million, holy mother. That insane price made the choice easy. This one is it. I ran my hand along the Chiron's sleek body. Feng Yu smiled and held out the key, Mr. Mu. This is the key to the Bugatti Chiron, and under his look of pure, barely contained envy, I rolled that blue beast out of the garage. Feng Yu looked like he might actually cry. I genuinely cannot figure out what Miss Su sees in this guy. I look just as good. Feng Yu grumbled to himself, but his feet moved without hesitation. He got into the Cullinan and pulled right out behind me. Ms. Su's orders were to keep eyes on Mr. Mu at all times, and make sure he stayed safe, but I knew. The real purpose was to see if I would step out of line, barely out of the estate gates. I had to pull over because my phone was going absolutely crazy. I checked it. My roommates had blown it up, bro. You really gonna let a girl break you like this? It's been days, man. You still haven't snapped out of it. And the advisor, that old pain in the neck, said if you don't show up today, you're getting called into her office. Got it heading to campus now. I had barely set my phone down when someone knocked on the window. I rolled it down and a girl with red hair poked her head in. I raised an eyebrow. Can I help you? The girl gasped. Oh my god, you're gorgeous. You literally look like an idol. Her eyes lit up. Are you like a social media influencer or something? You look so familiar. I shook my head with a flat expression. Sorry, I'm not. Can I get a picture with you? Then the red-haired girl's eyes were full of hope. I thought about it for a second and nodded. Sure, the girl immediately whipped out her phone, practically pressing her face against mine with a big, excited pout. Then she asked, can I get your contact too? I turned that down right away. Can't do that, I'm taken, and she keeps a very close watch. And with that, I floored it, and the Chiron vanished down the road like a blue bolt of lightning. I made it to campus, quickly parked up and strolled toward the dorm, and ran right into Zhang Ruoxue and her friend coming the other way. She walked like a proud swan, didn't even glance in my direction and turned down a side path. I rolled my eyes and picked up my pace, wanting nothing to do with that energy Zhang Ruoxue caught from the corner of her eye that I hadn't chased after her. And the back of her neck went red with fury. How dare he ignore her? By then, I had rushed into the classroom where everyone was buzzing about the same thing. The guy who showed up in a Bugatti Chiron today. Wait, you mean that $60 million Chiron? And the driver was a college kid around our age on the other side of campus. Zhang Ruoxue was still fuming. Her friend Li Bingbing tried to cool her down. Ruoxue, don't stress. Maybe he just hasn't saved up enough to buy you that phone yet, and feels embarrassed. Zhang Ruoxue nodded at that. It kind of made sense. Then she started in on the designer outfit I was wearing. That LV limited edition alone has to be at least 10 grand. Li Bingbing scoffed without missing a beat. Obviously a knockoff from some online shop, the real deal would run several times that. You can get a copy online for 200 bucks, plus you really think that cheapskate would actually spend that kind of money on himself? Then the two of them shifted to talking about the Chiron driver. Li Bingbing asked, so what do you think? Zhang Ruoxue sighed. What am I supposed to think? Unless I throw myself at him, a guy like that wouldn't even look my way. Don't write it off so fast. He doesn't even know you yet. What if he sees you and falls head over heels, then you'd have money raining down on you. Zhang Ruoxue wasn't about to let an opportunity like this slip by. Alright, after school, we go find this Chiron guy. If he notices me, I'm basically set for life. This is your shot, Ruoxue, don't blow it. Li Bingbing sounded even more worked up than she was. It's settled. After school, I'm putting on that ultra-short sailor uniform, and I will have him losing his mind. Zhang Ruoxue was already rubbing her hands together in anticipation. Meanwhile, I was sprawled, bored out of my mind at my desk, when my phone buzzed a message from Su Chengqian. You ran into Zhang Ruoxue on campus today, and you stared at her for 3.69 seconds. Be honest, do you still have feelings for her? My stomach sank instantly. This girl actually had me tailed. I just looked for a second. Was that really worth a full investigation? But weirdly, that suffocating possessiveness. I didn't mind it at all. I actually kind of liked it. My queen, I was wrongly accused. It was just a reflex glance. Same as looking at any random stray on the street. It has absolutely nothing to do with feelings. I don't believe you, Su Chengqian replied instantly. I'm telling you the absolute truth, not a single lie. When you get home, I'm going to deal with you properly. She fired back with real heat. Oh no, she's upset again, although the way she deals with me is kind of interesting. Bring it on. Then they say fighting is just another way of saying I love you. Get back here immediately after school. You are not spending one extra second outside after 6. If I don't see you, you are not leaving this house tomorrow. The second school let out, I barely had time to eat. I shoveled a couple bites and sprinted to the parking lot and stopped dead when I got there. The exit was completely packed with students, 3 rings deep. Even campus security had been deployed to manage the crowd. My flashy blue Chiron had apparently become the hottest photo op on the entire campus. I immediately spotted Zhang Ruoxue and her friend hovering at the edge of the crowd. She had on a little work skirt showing off her long legs, the two of them pretending not to be interested while Li Bingbing snapped posed photos of her. I could see exactly what she was going for. Then a low voice appeared at my ear. For the sake of keeping your eyes in your head, I'd strongly advise not looking. I turned and it was Feng Yu right there beside me. Can't you tell I'm looking at her with pure disgust? Doesn't matter if it's disgust. Mrs. Su's possessiveness is on a whole different level, and it's Zhang Ruoxue you're looking at. That shut me up completely. With how unhinged Su Chengqian could be, she was absolutely capable of anything. Excuse me, coming through. Mind making some room? When they saw me heading straight for the Chiron, a few students got instantly annoyed and started muttering, hey, if you want a photo with the Chiron, get in line like everyone else. Just because you're good looking doesn't mean you skip the queue. I didn't bother with any of them, and walked right to the Chiron under everyone's stunned stares, and got in Zhang Ruoxue, who had been posing for photos. Went rigid the moment the engine turned over. The Chiron driver is here. Zhang Ruoxue locked eyes on that blue car with everything she had, barely holding herself back from running over Li. Bingbing whispered, I see him sis play hard to get first. Running up to him would make you look desperate. Keep posing with your looks and your body. There's no way he won't notice. Zhang Ruoxue nodded eagerly. Watching the car pull toward her, she deliberately tugged her skirt up just a little higher. But what happened next made both of them do a double take.